Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about a forgotten Hawkeye miniseries that came out in 1994, written by Chuck Dixon. We have some pretty good 90s style art from Scott Collins. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now, during this time, Hawkeye had left the West Coast Avengers. Actually, the whole team had been dissolved after what had happened with the Blood Ties crossover. He is mourning the death of Mockingbird, and he has just become reclusive. He's gone into the woods, living off the land. And for some reason, he's doing something out of the pages of Wolverine, like he's up in the Canadian wilderness in the middle of winter. And what happens is Hawkeye stumbles across this base that he at first thinks it's a government installation, but no, it belongs to the Secret Empire. They're running these illegal experiments, and one of these experiments has made a run for it. It's like this young wolf boy who I'm not sure if he ever gets a name in this whole story. So what happens is Hawkeye saves its life. They make a run for it, and before Hawkeye hightails it out of there to save this wolf boy's life because he had been hurt, Clint is able to take down a couple of Secret Empire operatives, and he discovers that their field leader is his old mentor, Trickshot. He's working with another mercenary called Javelin, and the thing is that Hawkeye is able to escape, but Trickshot informs his superiors that Hawkeye is the one responsible for what had gone down that night and the escape of this creature. And we discover that Trickshot's superior in this story is actually Viper. She's the one behind this whole project. It's sort of funny because it's like Viper couldn't find her place in Hydra, and then she went to the Serpent Society, and now she's working with the Secret Empire. We get this hilarious interaction with Viper where she's dealing with her higher up from the Secret Empire, number 9. She just decides to shoot the guy on the spot, and she goes rogue with this whole operation. So what happens is Clint arrives to this town. He finds a veterinarian that's going to help fix up this poor wolf boy that has been shot a couple of times. So what happens is they get this little wolf monster all patched up, and Hawkeye finds out that he's part of this project, that there's more creatures like him. So he decides to go back to the base and try to liberate them. But while all this is going down, the operatives from the Secret Empire arrive to this town, and they destroy the whole place. They kill everyone there. They're pretty hardcore. And even though Hawkeye is able to infiltrate himself onto the Secret Empire base and take down a couple of agents, the other wolf monsters have been removed, and the Secret Empire decides to just destroy the whole base. So what happens is Clint realizes that he's sort of in over his head. He goes and looks for help from Rhodey, War Machine. He asks him if he can give him a hand, and also Rhodey's working with this new tech guy, and he gives Hawkeye a new costume. They make a big deal out of this, even though it almost looks exactly like his old costume. He also gets this really cool looking sky cycle, and they go out and try to find other Secret Empire bases. And what happens is they're able to find out that Viper's probably heading to this secret base in Brazil. Well, all Secret Empire's bases are secret. It sounds super redundant. And that they're trying to create this army of wolf monsters that are just super blood hungry. So what happens in this final issue, Hawkeye arrives to this final base. Also, he got a bunch of new trick arrows that are super powerful. They're all souped up by War Machine's tech guy, so Hawkeye's ready for war. So Hawkeye has a brief little scuffle with Trickshot, because the thing is that ever since Trickshot's cancer went into remission, he wanted to turn a new leaf in life and try to do things more positively and be a hero. But he fell back into being a mercenary, and he wasn't really too proud with what he was doing with the Secret Empire. So he comes clean with Clint, tells him, look, I was only doing this for the money. I'm not too proud with what I was doing in the first place. Also, I heard about what happened to Mockingbird. I'm very sorry. So let's team up and liberate all these little wolf creatures. So now they have joined forces. We get a very bizarre final battle between Hawkeye and Viper, where she's using this crazy body armor. Obviously, our hero prevails, and at the end of the story, you have Hawkeye walking into the wilderness with his friend. I guess they're going to set him up to appear in many other issues outside of this. And after this story, we're never going to see that wolf boy again. So we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.